Alright. Well. Hello, and I'm Lipstickpaddy, the host, and this is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. This is one of my late night chats. Yeah, I was swimming around some of my board game channels that I watch. If you actually go to my main page and press channels, you'll see all the board game channels I recommend, which is of course the sister channel PC Gaming Radio, Rado, League of Games, Bowers Games, Roll for Crit, Legends of Nevada, little indie one man. I love Legends of Nevada. If you don't know about them, they basically go to Gen Con once a year and just get like $1,000 haul and bring it back, and then spend the whole next year playing those games and reviewing them. I'd love watching their haul videos, to be honest. Dice Odyssey, because I love Kaz, the presenter. Bowers, by the way, I didn't mention Bowers, but Bowers, they are, he's a super indie channel, and he goes to Gen Con, doesn't he? He does live footage from Gen Con. He's like the only YouTuber that's doing it, and I love him for that. Roll for Crit, there used to be 2 people. They're down to 1 person now, and I'm actually watching Roll for Crit less now. And so I don't know. When I go through these now, I'm going through them on my channel. That's going to be a really long introduction to this video, isn't it? Anyway, Rob's Tabletop World. I love Rob too, Rob Oren, because he's like looking at the real indie side of board games, and that's really, I love his channel. Dice Tower, of course. Man vs. Meeple, of course. These are like the big ones. King of Average, he's fun, isn't he? He usually looks at controversial topics. Quackalope is a relatively new one for me. I like some of it, don't like some of it. Board Game Co. Again, I can visit them once a month and just look through their content. And Board Game Coffee is another one that I sometimes take a view in. I guess what I'm trying to say is a lot of these Kickstarters are talking about lateness, aren't they? Games that you should worry about if you're kickstarting, ones that are late. So I thought, I'll go through my list and we'll see how late they are and how worried I am about them. I'll tell you what, I've never been worried about a Kickstarter. I guess the one that I was slightly concerned about was Carnival Zombie 2nd Edition, because they were like not responding. It was like every 3 months at the time, and that's partly because they changed manufacturer. They didn't like the miniatures of the first one, and they changed to the other. Well, they didn't just change to a second one, they had to do more homework to find a second one, and that took a long time. It was like a lot of people just go crazy, oh, these games are late. They don't even understand why they're late. But I was more concerned just because it was like, are they ever going to get it? Anyway, I got it. It was fantastic. It was well worth the wait. So I'm going through my list now, and we'll see where they are. Alright, Vampire the Masquerade, that should have been delivered July 2021, so it is shipping now. I'm not sure when I'm going to get it. It might be 2 years late when that arrives, but it'll be fabulous when it comes. And again, massive production. Didn't realise how much they had to chew on after the Kickstarter, and it was like an early Kickstarter anyway. The development time they underestimated. It's going to be amazing, that game. So late, but it's going to be better for being late. Absolutely. Beast, late from August 2022. Apparently it's on the boat. They had serious issues. In fact, when they had it produced, they ended up putting like German boards in the English edition. They had to recall the boxes and rebox them again. So it was like it was really supposed to come out around Christmas time, but it went back. Redo it. So it was initially going to be a couple of months late, but it's going to end up being maybe a year late on Beast because of this mix-up. But it's currently on the boat coming from China, and then it's distributed to Mexico. Yeah, so if it it should get here before August, but if it doesn't, August is it'll be 1 year late in August. Am I worried about Beast? Not really. The devs have been super up to date with messaging and stuff like this, and explaining problems and stuff like that. But that's going to be incredible Beast as well. Still ecstatic for these late ones. Arceus. A lot of people saying that you should be worried if you back in Arceus. It's like, probably, yeah, it should have been, it's December 2020, so that's 2 years plus. It's going to be a 2.5 years late Arceus. And that again has been production problems, because the Kickstarter, they unlock stuff with more fat that they could chew on, and production just took so long. I know a lot of people think, oh, this Kickstarter wasn't that big, but the big thing about the Kickstarter was the massive dungeon crawl that they put at the end of it. It was the endless dungeon mode, where you could actually play the game as a little dungeon crawl, like light RPG. So that's what took so long. Really did, and they were polishing that so much as well. Arceus, and Kima are such perfectionists that it was going to be expected to be late, and they were hoping to get at least a copy of a production copy before Chinese New Year, but that's been delayed. So, and that's probably due to the factories that they were with. China, COVID closed the factory down, the power cuts when the factory opened up, couldn't open it, alternate days, the whole delays. I've no worries, Arceus is coming. They are waiting for the production. They've actually, in a recent video, they showed us some of the boxes for the add-ons that we're getting, which look really cool. And yeah, we're getting there, Arceus, I've got a lot of patience for Ankima, and I know they've got another Kickstarter brewing in the past, but they are, for me, intelligently waiting for Arceus to get pushed out the door, and then they'll come for the next Kickstarter. The next Kickstarter, if you're not aware, is going to be a battle royale game that they've been cooking for at least 2 years now. Anyhow, next game, Fallen Lands 2nd edition, my favourite game. That'll be 2 years this August late, but yeah, you can understand it. I mean, the game's got like 900 cards. They're redoing the art on every card. Are you kidding me? That must have took a massive amount of effort. That was unexpected. That wasn't even on the Kickstarter, so talk about some people think that there is like this creep of feature creep, that they just keep adding stuff. Look, at the end of the day, I don't mind feature creep coming in if the developers want to polish it or make it as the perfect game in their eyes, because if it's going to be late because they want to add stuff and do it right, then go for it, And I don't know if I've been super lucky with the board games that I back that are really late, but they all this time that they're not, that they're late, they are doing stuff for the game. And anyway, Fallen Man 2nd edition, I can't wait for when that comes. I'm going to have a t-shirt of my favourite game. Massive playmat as well. Ooh, really looking forward to that when it comes. So where is that one? Should get that this August, probably. That'll be 2 years late. Not worried about any of these. Arena Tenaris Adventures. All in. Right. That is 2 years late from April this year. Excuse me. It is shipping, so it will be here, and it'll be 2 years late, and that has had feature creep. Oh, yes, it has. But it's bigger, much bigger for it. Oh my god, there's so much content has been added in the last 2 years that certain things have been refined and changed in the game, but wow, I can't wait for that to drop. But yeah, it is shipping. I recently had to confirm my shipping address to the distributor, so it's on the way from Mexico. It's on the way to Mexico, so no worries there. Icefaring Guard. That is mega late, isn't it? I think it's on the boat. Oh, it's getting produced. I really can't remember. It's getting produced. That'll be 3 years late in December this year. Will I get it before December? Yes. I think the prediction for Icefaring Guard is May. So 2.5 years late for that. But the developer's been pushing loads of videos out and lots of reasons why it's late. And the big one was the shipping fee was so expensive, and that's kind of slowed down the shipping, hasn't it? I think so. What I'm trying to say, I'm not worried about any of these late ones if they're over 2 years, because at the end of the day, there's transparency. I've got an understanding why they're late. It's true. And yeah, Freedom 5, the next one. That'll be 2 years late in November. Are we going to see it before November? Freedom 5. It's getting produced, isn't it? So I think I will get it before the 2-year window of being late, Freedom 5. But again, that's the that's had a little bit of feature creep. It's they really want to make it the best damn game Arcane Wonders have done. So, you know, for them, it's a marquee game for them, and they're putting all their heart and soul into that game, and it is going to be late, but it's getting late because they've been doing so many beautiful things, and one of the things was to change the art of the board and make sure everything looks fantastic, real attention to detail with the miniatures. There's a lot of Kickstarter people trying it, beta testing it. There is lots of people criticizing the miniatures, and they're going back and forth towards the, you know, they're getting to a point where they're locking down the minis, and there'll be, I think they're going into production very soon for Freedom 5, so hopefully that'll be here before November. But it's almost 2 years late, Freedom 5, and I'm not worried because I know it's going to be fantastic when it arrives. Right. And the other one, which should have me concerned, but I'm not concerned, is Madara Act 2 and 3, which is going to be 2 years late in December. Am I going to see it this year? No, I'm not. That's pushing to 2024. Absolutely. We have not even seen an update for Act 2 or 3 at all since the initial Kickstarter. We are supposedly going to get some drops later this year, but it's definitely not going to be ready. And but I mean, if you look at Madara's very first Kickstarter, they were mega late on that, but when it finally came out, it was an incredible game. In fact, they completely changed the it evolved so much. The very first Kickstarter has there's no comparison to what actually got delivered. It was like an amazing game, quite so different. And Act 2 and 3, we know it is under production though, absolutely. Madara have been opening their pledge manager once a year to bring money, keep coming in. They're doing new miniature packs and things like this to keep money rolling in, which I really want to get some more as well. I'm willing to put more into Madara to get some more minis from them. And you know, so they've still got everything going for Madara, and Act 2 and 3 is going to be like the cherry on the cake for the game, because it's just outstanding, isn't it, Madara? And all that good stuff. That's the one that is not just late, but is going to be not even near getting finished. Madara. But yeah, I'm confident in the team. You know, they do updates and all that stuff. I bet it's basically the devs are giving updates. They are keeping us informed, and that's why I'm kind of happy. I'd love if Madara actually did a video as an update, a bit like Vampire the Masquerade Chapters did a video, and in fact Icefaring Guard, their devs do videos. Arena of the Contest, they are doing videos. Freedom 5, they are doing videos. They had a recent video that was an hour long. It was fantastic. So yeah, Madara bloody do a video. And I think that these videos are fantastic for letting backers know where you are in the campaign. Because obviously writing to backers about not wanting to write to backers, just do a video and just start talking is all we need. But yeah, I'm actually happy that my late ones are not that many. I've seemed to have waited out the ones that are late, and they've arrived. Frosthaven, yeah, you were late. No one was complaining about that because they knew it was going to deliver. Technically Casting Shadows is estimated for March for me, but I mean Mexico might get that in April. That'll be 1 month late, but I know it's shipping. There's unboxings already online and stuff like this. So me, I'm lucky. Are you as lucky as I am? Where are your games? Have you got games that are almost 2 years late but you're not worried about them? I'd love to know what they are. And let me know why you're not worried about them. Is it just transparency, videos from the developers keeping you happy, all that good stuff? I not necessarily want to hear about your projects that you're worried about. That is not about this. That is not this video. I just want to know about the 2-year-old or coming up to 2-year-old pledges that you've got. Well, you're just not worried for. So hopefully the comments down below show the passion of board games that you've backed, and becomes like a little bit of a comment to show people that if your game's 2 years late, don't worry about it. I'm looking for good stories in the comments, please. So yeah, go through your backed games, see when they were estimated, work it out how late they are, and please share your stories of ones that you are not worried about, and why are you not worried about them. So that's been today's talky late night talk. That's been on my mind, because there's a bit of negativity about Kickstarters taking 2 years to do. But at the end of the day, that sometimes happens, right? And in the case of Madara, COVID didn't really hit Madara. Act 2 and 3, they work from home, that team, don't they? I mean, it's just a massive project. Just an absolute massive project. And production's still going for production. Incredible, isn't it? So that bombshell, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Join the conversation, share this video to your friends, and get them to comment as well. Let's get a nice forum going down below. And if I get a lot of them, I will do a video showing the positive Kickstarters out there that are 2 years late and have done great to keep the backers informed. And we'll try and get a bit of positivity out there, because I think these Kickstarter channels could be frightening people, telling them about games that are so late, and you should be worrying if you back these games, and that might be putting a little bit of worry on all Kickstarters. So let's try and get something positive out of this video in the comments, please. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. This has been another late Nightcap Chat. I think it's number 7 now. If you like these chats, check out my other ones. Something might interest you and all that good stuff. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please give the video a thumbs up, and once again, think about sharing and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for listening. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.